The highlights of today's defense news. CDOT and IIT Jodhpur sign agreement for automated service management in network of 5G and beyond using artificial intelligence. DRDO develops lightest bulletproof jackets for protection against highest threat level 6 of the Bureau of Indian Standards. Successful test of new version of medium-range ballistic missile. India successfully tests new 250 km strike range air-launched ballistic missiles in Andamans. European missile manufacturer MBDA increases production of Mistral missiles due to war in Ukraine. Naval Group begins construction of third Greek FDI frigate. Reveal Technology awarded $33.6 million contract for US Air Force for strategic funding increase. Hamas launches fresh rocket attacks on Israeli border areas. And China dissolves strategic support force focused on cyber and space. CDOT, the premier telecom R&D center of the Department of Telecommunications and Indian Institute of Technology Jodhpur, signed an agreement for automated service management in 5G and beyond networks using artificial intelligence. The agreement is signed under the Telecom Technology Development Fund of the DoT, which is designed for providing funding support to domestic companies and institutions involved in technology, design, development, commercialization of telecommunication products and solutions to enable affordable broadband and mobile services in rural and remote areas. DRDO's Defense Materials and Stores Research and Development Establishment, the DMSRDE Kanpur, has successfully developed the lightest bulletproof jacket in the country for protection against 7.62 into 54R API, level 6 of BIS 17051 ammunition. Recently, this bulletproof jacket was successfully tested at TBRL Chandigarh as per the BIS 17051 to 2018. This jacket is based upon new design approach where novel material along with new processes have been used. The front hard armor panel, the HAP, of this jacket defeats multiple hits, 6 shots of 7.62 into 54R API sniper rounds in both ICW, that is in conjunction with, and standalone design. The ergonomically designed front HAP is made of monolithic ceramic plate with polymer backing, which enhances the wearability and comfort during the operation. The aerial density of ICW hard armor panel and standalone HAP is less than 40 kilo and 43 kilograms respectively. A successful launch of the new variant of medium-range ballistic missiles was carried out under the aegis of the Strategic Forces Command on 23rd of April. The user launch has proven the operational capability of the command and validated new technologies. In a major capability boost, the Indian Air Force has carried out a successful test firing of an air-launched ballistic missile that can hit targets at over 250 kilometers. The missile tested by the Air Force in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands is the Israeli origin Crystal Maze 2 air-launched ballistic missile, which is also known as ROCKS. The preparation for the test firing were made in the area which falls under the Tri-Services Andaman and Nicobar Command. The Indian Air Force is now planning to get Israeli missiles in large numbers through Make in India under the Make 3 category, as it gives a unique capability. 100 numbers of these missiles have been indicated by the Air Force as the demand, with initially producing 12 prototypes. The missile, which was fired from a Su-30 Mki fighter by the IAF, travels upwards and then moves towards its targets at high speeds. The Crystal Maze 2 is totally different from the Crystal Maze 1 inducted long back in the Air Force from Israel. The Crystal Maze 2 is an extended standoff range air-to-surface missile and is planned to be used by the Air Force to strike high-value stationary and relocatable targets like the long-range radars and air defense systems of the Indian adversaries. The missile is claimed to be effective against targets in a GPS-denied environment like the one faced by India during the Kargil war. The ballistic missile can also be effective against its targets even in areas protected by air defense systems. Some global news. MBDA, with production facilities in France, has increased the production of Mistral surface-to-air missiles from 10 per month in 2022 to 40 per month. The surge in orders is primarily fueled by the increased demand for anti-aircraft systems from European nations, driven by the need to bolster defenses in the wake of the Ukraine conflict. The conflict has shifted the focus from merely assessing missile performance to enhancing production rates and cycles to meet urgent state requirements. The countries like France, Poland, and the United Kingdom, Italy, and others are now seeking to secure larger quantities of missiles at a faster pace. According to Naval Group, the first block of the Hellenic ship HS Phormio, the third defense and intervention frigate intended for the Hellenic Navy, was laid at its Lorient shipyard. The keel laying ceremony underscores the ongoing industrial collaboration between France and Greece, as demonstrated by the delivery of several prefabricated hull blocks from Salamis shipyards in Greece, following a significant transfer of technology from Naval Group. These components are currently being integrated with other sections of HS Phormio in Lorient. Reveal Technology US have received a selection notification from the US Air Force AF Ventures program for a 33.6 million strategic funding increase. This award will support continued research, development, testing, and evaluation efforts with US Special Operations Command, Program Executive Office SOF Warrior, the Headquarters Air Force Special Operations Command A589 Gunship Requirement Office, and the US Air Force Research Laboratory Center for Rapid Innovation. In the next generation of expeditionary warfare, the warfighter will need capabilities that enable the collection and edge processing and dissemination of real-time intelligence in operationally limited environments. Reveal will work closely with Joint Force customers to deliver the next generation of situational awareness tools for operations in denied areas and at the tactical edge. Some news from the war zone. Southern Israeli borders came under renewed rocket fire from Gaza on Tuesday, 200 days since the October 7th attacks which sparked the current conflict. Four rockets were intercepted by Israel's missile defense system on 23rd April, with one warehouse in the border town of Derot being hit by fragments and setting on fire. There were no reports of casualties. The Israeli Defense Forces said fighter jets had carried out airstrikes on Hamas rocket launching pads in southern Gaza. China has disbanded and replaced its Strategic Support Force, a pivotal component of the People's Liberation Modernization efforts. The Strategic Support Force, or SSF, was created on 31st December 2015. It existed for a little more than 8 years. After China dissolved the SSF on April 19th, it established an Information Support Force. The Information Support Force is directly subordinate to the Central Military Commission, the top political party organ that oversees China's armed forces. The change is part of building a strong military and strategic step to establish a new system of services and arms and improve the modern military force structure. Information Support Force underpins coordinated development and application of network information systems. This suggests it is responsible for command and control, information security, and intelligence dissemination. The PLA now has three nascent arms: the Information Support Force, the Cyberspace Force, and the Aerospace Force. It appears the latter two were existing SSF departments that China renamed. That's the news for today. We hope you are enjoying the news. Please do subscribe to our channel and we will be glad to get a feedback from you. Thank you.